and die!
understand why man
is so interested in this unknown expanse of space around our little world, we must take a journey.
Game's over! Your blood!
Our planet as we take. To understand why man is so interested in this unknown expanse of space around our little world, we must take a journey. Please, sit back, relax, and free yourself from the bonds of our planet as we take off for the stars. for the stars. Stars. Planet as we stars.
We hope you've enjoyed our tour today. If you have any further questions, please take a brochure from... Should the unlikely event arise that the planet is laid to waste, you'll feel happy knowing your family will be safe in a Vault-Tec vault. Concerns about security? Our Eye on You cameras enable the Vault leader to watch your kids. Moms will love how our Culinator 3000 kitchen system makes cooking a breeze. Bored? Don't be! Step into our Entertainatron room and watch the latest holotapes, or perhaps listen to a symphony. Another Vault-Tec innovation. The living sections make use of our revolutionary floor suck auto cleaner system for those darned messy kids. Never sweep again. Being underground got you down? Smile. Our Simusun lighting mimics the feeling of being outside, with only a fraction of the sunburn potential. Triple S Technology is Vault-Tec welcomes you to our new
Welcome home, sir. Welcome home, sir.
Ah, look at this! New blood! Tell me, boy, you ever hear of the Enclave? The last remnant of the good old USA they are. Now, I don't know you from Adam, but I got you pegged for a patriot, and any patriot worth his salt is gonna toss his gun in for the Enclave. Any day now, they're gonna roll up here, and then this nightmare will be over for good. But listen to me, Ramble. I'm Nathan. What can I do for you? Why? Why? Look around you. This is the good old USA. Sure, she looks a little bit different these days, but you're still on American soil. And even if you were born in some underground vault, you were born under the United States, which makes you an American. And it's your duty and my duty to support our country and our president, no matter what. Understand? Now, there's a proud patriot. After all, if they could do us wrong, we wouldn't have elected them in the first place, right? Yes, sir. Trust in the judgment of other people to know what's best for me. It's the American way. They're on the radio. They have been for years. President Eden talks about everything they're doing. They got flying robots all around, watching everything so they know what to do when they finally swoop in and clean this place up. You'll see. People think I'm just a crazy old man. Things will be different when the Enclave gets here. They're the American government, the Eagle, People Kama Weather, the more perfect union. Take care.
Any luck finding out how Rivet City got started?
No.
You... Good hunting.
Game's over! Little baby scared. I knew it! Oh, I'm gonna tear you apart!
free wasteland, and we're here. And now a super important public service announcement. Remember, children, when the raiders...
Hey there.
Another human with a death wish. Welcome to the mall, tourist. Come on, here you are in the mall of our nation's fine capital, taking in the sights, visiting the monuments. Face it, you're a tourist. Those knuckle-draggers? Nah, they don't bother us ghouls. Maybe they see us as kin or something, I don't know. Now those other assholes. Nice to meet you too. I'm the sentry for Underworld. City of ghouls, inside the museum. For a tourist, you're pretty clueless. My name's Willow, by the way. Sure did. Underworld. It's right inside the Museum of History, then through the Big Skull. Most of the residents ain't crazy about humans, But they'll sell to you, fix you up so long as your caps are good and you ain't a ghoul hater. Till next time, sightseer. Look where you're going.
Oh, well, would you look at that? We got us a smooth-skinned visitor. Ooh-wee, we ain't seen one of your type in a long time. Smooth skin? You know, because your skin is so smooth and tasty. Relax, I'm just kidding. But I had you going, didn't I? You're in Underworld, Smooth Skin. It's the only safe place for we ghouls in D.C. We're here out of sight and out of mind. The mutants leave us alone, and the slavers usually don't come this far into the city, so it's not bad. Really, the Brotherhood of Steel is the only thing we have to worry about. So long as we don't leave Underworld, that is. Bastards. They don't seem to be able to tell us apart from the super mutants. Or maybe they just don't care. They see us and shoot on sight. At least they have the common courtesy to miss most of the time. Still, bigots. That's right. As long as you don't bother us, we won't bother you. Feel free to come and go, trade, sleep, whatever. Just make sure that you leave whatever trouble is following you at the door, because we don't want it. So enjoy your stay, Smooth Skin. Enjoy your stay. Just try and keep from shooting up the place. We got a nice little deal going on down here. We'd like to keep it nice. Not gonna tell the likes of you. Me? I keep every hunk of old rusted pre-war garbage around here in operating condition. We've got lights, water, and ventilation all running off the old crap they used to keep this place going for the tourists. I've managed to keep it going so far, but, well, I'm not sure how long I can keep it up. We've scavenged just about all the scrap metal from all the places we can safely get to. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Hell, not before long I'm gonna have to disassemble poor old Cerberus for parts. Hey, you get around, don't you? Tell you what, you bring me back any scrap metal you find out there, and I'll trade you whatever I can. We can work out a trade. We've got some stuff around here that we don't need, but a smooth skin like you might make use of it. Well, we got stim packs, but the dock keeps us healed up, so we don't really need them. So I could trade one of those for 5 bits of scrap metal. We also got us a ton of Radaway and Radex. I mean, what good is it to us? But I'll trade you either one for 5 bits of scrap. Your choice. Well, all right. That's good to hear, stranger. Just come on back to me when you've gathered some scrap metal. You'll find it just about anywhere. On junked robots, in old buildings, you name it. We were driven underground, almost 50 years ago now. Between the super mutants, the beasts, and you crazy humans, it's not safe up there. So we stay down here, out of sight and out of trouble. We get a few smooth skins every so often, but most of us don't trust them. You're not gonna give us more reasons not to be trusting, are you? Let me know if you have any of that scrap metal to sell. You got something to say? What makes you think we've got something to say to one another?
Attention! Civilian on deck. Closing dialogue system.
Oh, a human. Well, hello. Welcome to Underworld Outfitters. It's been so long since I had a customer. Well, we spend it at Carol's or the Ninth Circle, but I don't like it there. The rest we give to Quinn to trade for stuff we need whenever he goes out. Well, yeah, there's a lot of old pamphlets and stuff down here. I've pretty much read it all. It used to be part of the Museum of History. The exhibit that used to be here was focused on what happens after death, hell and whatnot. A lot of it was focused on this old book called Paradise Lost. It's about a guy who goes to hell. Pretty interesting stuff. I found a big box of copies of the book in one of the back rooms. Here, take one. Nobody around here wants them. At first, it was just a couple people after the war. This was one of the only places that wasn't falling down or on fire after the bombs fell. I think that Carol is actually one of the few that were here then. But over the years, word got around. There had been ghouls living in little pockets all around. Not really so much anymore. Most of them either went feral or ended up here. I'm sure there are still a few out there, but anyone with any sense is in Underworld. Not really. The super mutants leave us alone. I guess whatever they do that turns people like them doesn't work on us. The Brotherhood of Steel will fire on us if we're out in the open, but they don't bother us down here. We've had some raiders and slavers poke their heads in, but we've got Charon and Cerberus and everyone else to take care of them. I guess when it comes down to it, being this far out of everyone's way is a good deal for us. Come back anytime. It's kinda lonely down here. Take a look. It all works. Give me a shout if you need anything else. Come back. That's secure for a reason.
Hey, Patchwork. Whoa there, be careful. Hey, Winthrop. How's it going? Yep, keeping my bits to myself for the time being.
Another glorious day in this man's army.
That's secure for a reason.
Hey there. Welcome to the Chop Shop. I'm Nurse Graves, Dr. Borrow's assistant. Don't let our place's name fool you. The doctor is very good with injuries, dismemberments, and trauma. If you require any stim packs or blood packs, let me know.
Dr. Barrows at your service. What brings you to the chop shop? Come to lend me a hand, I hope. I can always use fresh human samples. You haven't heard? I'm the foremost authority on ghoul evolution. I want to know what makes us tick. Something doomed us to this rotting form, and I aim to discover what it is. So, I need samples of human skin, organs, and other parts to make the experiments valid. Pity. Well then, what can I do for you? They say old Pinkerton at Rivet City somehow got his hands on a lipoplasticator and microdermal graftalizer. Amazing, really. Yeah.
Oh, tasted better going down.
Of the capital wasteland, you can hear me. Yee-haw! You can't hear the signal, baby.
Talk to Azrakal.
That's right. From Megaton to Girder Shade, Paradise Falls to the Republic of
Talk
Dave.
to
We're coming to you
Azrakal.
loud and proud.
No,
in a
go
special
talk to
Monday
Azrakal.
report. But
Talk to
you're an actual
Azrakal.
radio studio in DC. How do you know
Hello?
I can hear you?
What
all
makes
the
you
way
think
out
we've got
here in
something
the
to
ass
say
end
or
of
not?
nowhere?
It's been a
Because
while.
of the
What have
kid
you
from
been up
Vault
to?
101, that's how. That cat actually managed to repair our antenna relay. How's that been? From
Excuse
here on
me.
in, it's bye-bye, stupid static. Hello,
Oh,
magnificent music. So sit
looky
back,
here.
relax,
We
and
got us a
absorb
smooth
these
skin that I ain't ever
classic
seen before.
Until
I'm
next
Azrakal.
time, this is
And this-
Free Dog.
this is the
Ow! And you're
Ninth
listening to
Circle.
Galaxy News Radio. bringing you
Folks
the
got
truth,
problems,
no matter how
and
bad
I
it
got
hurts.
liquor to sell them.
Now,
Well,
some music.
liquor and a few other pick-me-ups. You need anything, you just let me know. That's Sharon. Let's just say, well, he's a loyal employee. Don't mess with me, and he won't mess with you. I hold his contract, which makes me his employer. He will do what I ask, when I ask, without question. You see, Sharon grew up around a very interesting group of individuals. They, well, I guess you could say that they brainwashed him. He is absolutely loyal to whomever holds his contract. Unfailing, unflinching, until the day that employment ends. Don't get me wrong. I have no doubt that he holds no end of animosity towards me. But so long as he is my employee, he is as gentle as a teddy bear. Oh, would you now? He's a highly valuable asset to me and to the Ninth Circle. What did you have in mind? You're kidding, right? Come back when you have a serious offer. I suppose we could do that, although you might not like the deal that I have to offer. You see, I don't like competition. Not at all. It goes against every principle that I have as a businessman. So the fact that there is another source for booze in town troubles me. Greta, the waitress over at Carol's, I want you to kill her. I don't care how. Just make it quiet. Do it, and you can have Sharon's contract. Loyal employee that he is, Sharon would do it without question if I asked him to. However, the entire town would come down on me for it. Greta is quite popular around here. If Sharon is the one who kills her, everyone will know that it was me who ordered Greta's death. I need Sharon clearly visible and in public when Greta dies, so that I can fairly claim ignorance of the situation. No stomach for hard work, eh? No matter. If you don't want to do the job, then come up with the cash. Otherwise, I'll just hang on to this contract. Why, whatever do you mean? I'm a simple barkeep, nothing more. An educated consumer. My favorite kind. Yes, I think I can help you. Simply step over here, my friend, and I'll show you my stock of more potent goods. While there is no law in Underworld per se, I'd rather not end up at the receiving end of an angry lynch mob. There's no shortage of do-gooders around here, and it would be just like them to take it upon themselves to interfere in a fair business transaction. Honestly, I have something to sell, and you want to buy it. Now, why is that anyone else's business, huh? As you wish, my friend. Hey.
Some days I just wish that someone would come through here and put a bullet in
mouth of your president, John Henry. Straight to your
Tasted
heart.
better going down.
Arbitrary power is
Oh.
most easily
Oh,
established
hey,
on
look
the
at that.
lines of
A
liberty,
human
abuse,
with hair.
and
Hey,
licentiousness.
you think we can do something
This
about
is
that?
Enclave Radio with your host, me, President
Yeah,
John
man.
Henry.
That's what I do. I cut hair. I know you look around here and there ain't a lot of work to show off, right? These corpses only got half a head of the stuff, so I never get a chance to work on a full head. Come on, no charge. I prefer stylist myself, but whatever works for you. Everyone has a gift, you know? I used to live in Rivet City. Folks there had enough money for me to do okay. But after I, changed, no one would let me touch them. I ended up here. Of course, a ghoul with a barbershop makes about as much sense as a screen door on a submarine, so... fuck it. I just took up Jet. At least it passes the time, you know? All right, a full head of hair to work with. What should I do? Remember...
Capital Wasteland.
Hey,
This is
what are
Three
you
Dog.
looking at? You'd think you'd never seen a
Ow!
ghoul
Coming
up
to you
close
loud
before.
and proud from Galaxy News Radio. And here's me.
Is that so?
With the news.
Even if I call you
Now
a
an update on our
milk-sucking,
very own urban
mutant-loving,
defender.
water-stealing
Did he leave
son
that
of
vault
a
just to
whore.
help us? Who cares, man? We owe him either way. Check this out. Ooh, boy, children, you are going to love this. Okay, so I told you about James, the guy from the vault. And then I told you somebody else crawled out of there too. Right. Well, guess who came to visit old Three Dog at his luxurious studio in beautiful downtown D.C.? That's right, the other vault dweller.
I
You
like
wanna
a
know if it
human
gets
that knows
better,
his
don't
place.
you?
Too
Well,
many
hell
of you think
yes,
we're
it
all
gets
just
better.
zombies.
Turns out
They
Vault
don't
Dweller
know or
number
don't
2
care
was
that we're
none
just
other
as
than
human as they
James's
are
kid.
inside. We bleed, we
I
hurt,
know, I
we
couldn't
regret.
make this shit
And you
up.
know what really pisses me off?
But
They
now
think
it
the
gets
only
kinda
way to
sad.
kill us is to shoot us in
You
the
see, the
head,
kid is looking
like in
for
the
his
old
dad.
zombie stories, and that'll
for
put us out of
James.
our misery.
See, James
Hey,
left
I
Vault
know.
101
Maybe you
without
could
telling
help
the
me
kid
even
why.
the score.
Now, I've since learned that James is a scientist and is working on something
Not everyone
big.
is as sympathetic to
Is
ghouls
that
as
why
you
he
are.
left the vault?
In fact, some humans are downright
Looks
bigots.
that way.
They treat us like
So who
zombies,
knows? Maybe James
calling us
is going
brain
to
eaters
save
and
the
shufflers. Well, I'm gonna make them
Think of a
pay.
better cause than that.
Before I get into the
James,
details,
if you're listening,
you don't have anything
your
against
kid's
killing,
out,
do you?
man, and he misses you. So you might want to find him before he gets swallowed up and spit out. And for all you other cats out there listening, if you see the kid from Vault 101 out there, give him a pat on the back and wish him luck. Thanks for listening, children. This is Three Dog. Ow! And you're listening to Galaxy
For
News
the right
Radio.
money, huh?
We're Radio-free
I've got this
wasteland,
list of
and we're
people.
here for
Ghoul
you.
bigots. Real scum.
And now, some
I've only got
music.
4 guys left
It's
on the
Cole
list.
Porter, and
Started with
anything
11.
goes.
All of them hate ghouls and treat us like we're zombies. They all deserve to die, but it has to be done with a headshot. Just like the old stories where zombies can only be killed that way. I'll give you 100 caps for each of them. If they die some other way, I'm only paying 25, though. Hey, that's your loss, Smoothskin. Oh, why, hello there. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Quinn. Me? I'm used to your people. Truth is, I spend most of my time away from Underworld. You too, stranger. I know a lot of people around here don't take kindly to humans wandering around, but I've met a lot of your people in my travels.
Hey! Long time no see. What's going on with you?
Back again, eh? Forget it. I guess you aren't the right...
Do you need a room? Yeah, what is it? Oh. Oh my, someone new. I'm so sorry. You must think I'm terribly rude. Welcome. Welcome to Carol's place. I'm Carol. It's not much, I know, but it's mine. So if you need anything, just let me know. Greta will get you any food you want, and I handle the rooms. It's so good to have someone new here, even if it is an ugly old smooth skin. I'm kidding, I'm just kidding. Don't make that face. You'll love it here. Don't let that
Good to
secure
see you.
for a reason.
Power to the people, eh? Hey, all right! The hero of the wasteland returns. Hey, you're the one that deserves all the thanks. You struck a major blow against tyranny. Now, GNR can be heard clear across the capital wasteland again. That'll give Eden and those muties something to think about. But before I get back to my calling, I bet you want to hear about your dad. Whoa now, dry your eyes. A promise is a promise, and I will provide. When your dad passed through here, he and I talked for a good long time. He's a real stand-up kind of guy. He mentioned some scientific mumbo-jumbo which didn't make sense to me, and mentioned something called Project Purity. He also said something about going to visit a Dr. Lee in Rivet City, then he left in a hurry. You've never heard of Rivet City? Wow. Just wow. Well, a whole bunch of people got together and turned a beached aircraft carrier into a town. Pretty cool, huh? Just follow the river south from here. There's no way you can miss it. I can't even tell you the love I'm getting from the wasteland. Ever since GNR started singing again, the guys downstairs told me that more people than ever are tuning in. It's all I ever wanted. Anytime you need a place to crash, duck in here. Be glad to provide.
Looks like the good fight has gained a new ally.
Please, please, please help me. I need water. I'm dying. I've been drinking this irradiated shit, and I can't do it. I just throw it up now. I need purified water, please. Are you serious? I can't offer anything in exchange, you know. I can just have it. I can just have it? For free? Thank you. Thank you so much. You've saved my life. Bless you. You've helped me so much. It seems wrong to ask, but can you spare any more water? Please, if you find some, please.
Welcome to Rivet City. Please wait while the bridge extends.
Hold it right there. State your business in Rivet City. And who might your father be? If he lives on this boat, I know him. Dr. Lee, eh? Well, then I guess you'd have to ask Dr. Lee for more information. Go on up, then. She's probably in the science lab. But keep your nose clean, you hear me? Are those rumors still floating around? Look, I don't have time for swapping ghost stories with you. Pinkerton's a legend, dead or long gone. Don't care much, as I've got real people to take care of. Go bother someone else. I suppose. The door on the left goes to the stairwell. From there, just keep heading west. We're the safest, most secure city in the wasteland. Nothing can get in here without our say-so. I don't exactly have time to worry about the history around here, now do I? I've got to worry about what's happening on it now. Carry on, then.
I'm on duty. Make it quick. Don't you believe the rumors. His ghost is certainly not haunting the bow of the ship. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do. Oh, really? If someone took your stuff, go get it back. If they shoot at you, shoot back. Otherwise, I've got to see it for myself before I'm gonna do anything. Yeah.
Time for my walk around. Let me or a security officer know if you see anything out of the ordinary.
Good. I'm on duty. Make it quick. Bye.
Hello.
Everything looks okay here. I'm on duty. Make it quick. I'm looking for troublemakers. Have you seen any? Hey.
Don't mind me.
Yes?
Stay away from me. What do you want? Are you one of them? I suppose it doesn't matter if I tell you. I used to be a slave. I saw a slaver on this ship. His name is Sister. I'm afraid he's after me. Really? Oh, thank you. Can you help me? I've been so worried with him around. I can hardly sleep at night. Thank you. I'll go to Flak and Shrapnel's just before closing. I don't have anything to give you, but I think I can trust you with a secret. If you ever go up north, there is a secret slave hideout called Temple of the Union. You might find them useful.
Don't tell me your problems.
Hello. I'm on duty. Make it quick.
Well, quite an impressive collection, isn't it? Well, don't be shy. Have a look around. Abraham Washington's the name. Curator of this little slice of American history. Ah, a fellow scholar, I see. Each of the documents in this room tells a small but important story about the history of the United States of America. Unfortunately, the greatest prize of all is missing from the collection. In 1776, the Second Judgmental Congress got together and adopted a document drafted by none other than Thomas Jefferson himself. It was the day the United States of America earned its name and secured its place in history. This magnificent achievement took form in the Declaration of Independence. Oh, would you? It would mean so much to me and the Society's collection here. Excellent! You won't regret it, I promise you. Imagine, you are taking part in another chapter of American history. I envy you. You can find the Declaration of Independence in the ruins of the National Archives. Please ask them. After all, knowledge is power. Well, this is quite embarrassing, actually. I sent someone like yourself after the Declaration. She did some of the research for me, but now I haven't seen her in a few months. I wouldn't worry about it. Many have died for causes far less grand than what you're about to undertake. A piece of what was called parchment, sort of a thick paper, has faded handwritten writing all over it. It's no more than 2.5 feet tall and 2 feet wide. If you find it, you should be able to roll it up carefully. On July the 4th in 1776, a group calling themselves the Second Judgmental Congress got together at Fort McHenry in Maryland. After a ceremony which ended with Paul Revere singing the famous battle hymn known as the National Anthem, the document was signed. From there, it was sent to England by plane, presumably, and presented to King George himself. Thus began the Evolutionary War. Certainly. In the D.C. ruins, you'll find the National Archives, or what's left of it anyway. The building should contain the document in a protective glass case. Be careful. The place is swarming with super mutants. Here, let me pinpoint its location for you. It's funny now that you ask. I can tell you all about the Capitol, but I really haven't got any idea about Rivet City itself. I can't see how important it is compared to the Capitol's history, but maybe Bannon might know something. He's in the governing council, after all. Oh? And have you come to any conclusions? Ah?
watch it, will you?
This place won't clean itself. That's my job.
We know about your runaway robot, and we don't care.
I'm Janice Kaplinsky, Chief Botanist. What do you need? I did see a man talking to Dr. Lee, but I really shouldn't be discussing it. She's already in a bad mood. I'd hate to make it worse. You should probably just talk to her about it. If it hasn't got to do with the science quarters, I'm probably not the one to ask. And Dr. Lee's so busy, you really shouldn't disturb her work. So long.
Yes. But Dr. Lee...
Dr. Lee is trying to save lives.
Yeah?
Look, some of us are trying to get work done here. There have been enough disruptions recently. Anybody coming through here would have to talk to Dr. Lee. Why don't you go bother her about it? The Weatherly Hotel is a good choice. It's on the upper deck. Bye.
Yes? You there. What are you, some kind of lab assistant? No, you look a bit more weathered. Are you by any chance for hire? To the point. I like that. Well, as it turns out, I've misplaced some very sensitive property. How do I put this in a way you'll understand? All you know of robots are those buckets of bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can be. You see, in the Commonwealth, we've made artificial persons, synthetic humanoids, programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they get confused and wander off. You're helping me retrieve this android, aren't you? I've tracked him this far. He's out there somewhere, in the capital wasteland. He must have done something drastic, like facial surgery and a mind wipe, or else I would have found him by now. It will be no easy task. He may not even realize he's an android. Don't upset him by talking with him. Just come get me immediately. I'll handle it. Of course! I have at my disposal advanced technology from the Commonwealth. I'd be willing to share some of it with you. Just think, you'll be the envy of all your friends. Excellent! Locate my android, and you won't be disappointed. Here, listen to this message he sent me. He's mocking me. I swear, I'll make him pay for that. Forget everything you know about robots. Those buckets are mere children's toys compared to the real thing. Androids have fake skin and blood and are programmed to simulate human behavior, like breathing. They can even eat and digest food realistically. Like I've said, I suspect he's had facial reconstruction and possibly even a mind wipe. Search the offices of doctors or techies for android information. If he's come into contact with these people, there may be records. Start with Dr. Preston. He lives on this leaky boat. See if he knows anything. He's a doctor, after all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy trying to ignore my surroundings. Maybe he didn't exactly wander off. Maybe he fled. Escaped captivity, as it were, if he began to misinterpret his situation. It's possible my android sought to forget his previous life, wipe away all memory, all guilt, trick himself into believing he really is human. So no, he may not be just an ordinary robot, but he's certainly not human, no matter how badly he wishes it so. I made him. I want him. End of story. By God, you're as annoying as you are clever. Very well. I'll tell you what you want to know, if it helps you locate my property. The duty of this particular unit was the hunting and capturing of other escaped androids. Yes, others have escaped. It's one of the side effects of having such an advanced AI. Machines start to think for themselves, fool themselves into believing they have rights. And so, this particular android may have believed he'd done something wrong, immoral, and wanted to forget those deeds. Satisfied now? This particular android, designation A321, is different, special, the most advanced synthetic humanoid I've ever developed. The others, like my escort Armitage there, are all older models, easily replicated. But A321? It will take years to recreate him. So you see, this android must be located at all costs. The others are all acceptable losses, but A321, he is irreplaceable. Really? Someone managed to procure those here in the wasteland? Impressive. But who out here could have the skill to use them? You're making progress, certainly. But you've got nothing more to learn from me. Get back out there. The sooner you find my property, the sooner I can get out of this slum. Really, how do you people live like this? A circuit neuralizer? Here in the wasteland? How'd they manage to get their grubby hands on one of those? Impressive. You are showing signs of intelligence and resourcefulness. You might turn out useful after all, but you're wasting time talking to me. Standing around all day chit-chatting isn't going to help you track down my android, is it? The Commonwealth itself is nothing but a war-ravaged quagmire of violence and despair. Inside the sealed environment of the Institute, however. But the Institute's affairs are none of your concern. Your undeveloped mind couldn't even begin to comprehend what we've accomplished. Looks to me like a giant boat ran aground and a bunch of savages moved in. History lesson over. Of course you do.
Lay a hand on Dr. Zimmer and I'll snap your neck like a chicken bone.
Yes? Please excuse me. There is much work to be done. I help Dr. Lee when she needs equipment moved. I am no scientist. I just help with the heavy things.
Look, this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's son, aren't you? What are you doing here? You were too young to remember, and I suppose James never spoke with me. Typical. I'm Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your parents many years ago. Now I run the science lab here in Rivet City. It was all I had left. When your mother died, your father decided to leave with you. He abandoned our work. We had no choice but to do the same. You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? James said he left you there. Did you? I was under the impression that's exactly the opposite of what he wanted for you. Well, you won't find him here. He's come and gone already. Your father insisted that we return to work on Project Purity. I tried telling him too much time has passed. There's no way it would work. Predictably, he refused to listen to me. He says he can prove it will work and headed off to the old lab. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you. It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here. Please, don't go after him. It was foolish of him to even think about going there alone. I suppose so. I worked with them for several years until your mother died and your father decided it was time to leave. What else do you want to know? James? He was very driven, determined to change the world. Well, we all were back then, I suppose. He was focused on two things, really. Making Project Purity work, and your mother. When she died, I think he gave up. I know he wanted to keep you safe, but I think part of what he did was run away. But it seems that he never really was able to get over the idea. I'm frankly shocked that he waited all this time and wants to try again. Yes, your mother was... well, she was a good woman. A very dedicated scientist. Your father loved her very much. It was a shame that she died. She had been excited to meet you. Complications from childbirth. None of us were expecting it. We weren't as prepared as we could have been. You have to understand, we were struggling with scavenged, derelict equipment. We did everything we could. Yes, well, I'm sorry it wasn't enough. Okay. Look, I don't want to be harsh, but I have problems of my own. I don't have the resources to support James's foolish endeavors or your chasing after him. I'm sorry. I suppose I can spare a few stim packs. It's not much, but it might make things easier for you. What? Well, I'm not sure what there is to tell. Your father and I, we worked together for a long time. I think we were really on to something. But then there were complications. The project was abandoned and your father disappeared. I returned here to Rivet City and established the lab you see before you now. Project Purity, we called it. What do you want to know? It was simple, really. Fresh, clean water for everyone. Such a simple idea, and yet so impossible to realize. The plan was to build a facility that could purify all the water in the tidal basin at once. No radiation, no muck, just clear water. It just turned out to be more difficult than we anticipated. We had the basic principles down, we understood most of the science behind it, but the radiation in the area is so pervasive. Small-scale tests were fine, but anytime we tried to test the process on a larger scale, it was just too much. Maybe if we'd had more time, or better equipment. You happened. It wasn't just you. We had more problems than we could handle already, but your birth is what finally pushed it over the edge. Your father decided that you were more important than everything we'd been working for, and he left. He left all of us. Once he was gone, the Brotherhood decided we weren't worth their time anymore. Without their protection, we had to abandon the Purifier. Okay. This is the Rivet City Science Lab. It's taken many long years to put together, but we've done well for ourselves. Our work on portable fusion power and hydroponics are coming along quite nicely, if not quite according to schedule. That man doesn't have you looking for his pet android, does he? I've already told him to lay off it. He's distracting my entire team. That idiot? He left so long ago, most folk don't even remember him. He claimed to have found a secret stash of technology somewhere in the ship. Then he just disappeared. Rivet City is one of the few bastions of civilization left in the land. We're working to rebuild our society, to make the world livable again. I could tell you all about the science lab, but even though I was here near the start, I can't really help with the details of how it all worked out. It all seems like a lifetime ago. I'm afraid I've had a lot of things on my mind since those early days. Good luck finding your father.
Be careful around these fruits and vegetables. They're worth more to us than you are. Other than him being an egotistical, arrogant, condescending pain in the ass, nothing. He's from the Commonwealth. He's come looking for some special robot. I must admit I'm rather curious, but I have other work to do. So long. Dr. Lee, the new solutions will be ready in a few hours.
Perfect. I'll be ready for them.
Hear about the fight in the Muddy Rudder last night?
Yeah, Belle's gonna have to replace some tables and chairs. Hey there. Look, I'm busy.
Ted Strayer. You can chill with me if you want, dude. All right, you and me, just hanging. Dude, I only just got here myself. Ain't nothing I could tell you. Later, dude.
Welcome to Potomac Attire. Welcome to Potomac Attire. I am Bannon, proprietor and city council member. I carry discriminating attire for discriminating customers. Between you and me, keeping out the riffraff is good for business. Now, there's a name I haven't heard in a while. Never met the man myself, but rumor has it he helped found Rivet City. Some rumors say he died trying to loot the broken bow of the ship. Others say he joined up with the Enclave. Dr. Lee, Chief Harkness, and I are all on the council. We meet every Monday morning. I can be very influential, if you know what I mean. Far more than Seagrave Holmes. A threat? No, of course not. Well, maybe. He wants to replace me on the council. He's a shady character. I just can't prove it. Now, if someone were to find something incriminating in his room, well, let's just say I would be very appreciative. It's a place to live, safe from raiders and super mutants. With Dr. Lee on our side, maybe we can even begin to rebuild the world. Straight to the point. I like that. Another satisfied customer? Why, I practically set this whole place up. When I got here 12 years ago, it was just a handful of dead-enders squatting in a rusted-out rowboat. Now I'm on the council, and with my leadership, we're the strongest settlement in the wastes. Of course, a few of those dead-enders still stick around, but who'd want to leave? Well, yes, but it was hardly any place of importance until I arrived on the scene. That's all ancient history now. No one would ever care about it. If you insist on wasting your time on that, you could try that bartending old crone down below, Belle Bonnie. Come back soon.
This is a quick fix. I mean, that's the name of our shop. Polly and mine, that is. My name is Cindy. Cindy Cantelli. No, no, no. I would never do that. Polly does. Sample it, I mean. He's my deadbeat husband. He's hopeless. I have to keep him away from the shop, or he'll rob us blind. One of these days, he's going to end up dead. Well, I don't really know, to tell the truth. But I've heard I'm sure you'll be back soon.
Hey.
Vera, you look lovely.
Welcome to Howdy, I'm Seagrave. Seagrave Holmes. I have a little of just about everything here. A what? Look, if you just want to crack wise, go somewhere else. But if you've got stuff you want to sell, then I'm your man. Oh, I really wouldn't know. I mean, long as I can remember, she's just been here, soaking. Oh, right. I sort of lose track of time talking about the old girl. I've got a little bit.
Thank you.
Yes, that's locked. And yes, I can see you eyeing it.
May I take your order?
Let me introduce myself. I am Gary Staley, gourmet chef and gourmand. My specialty is... Then you are in for a treat. Here is our menu, sir. I know a lot of places opened up when they got... Thank you for coming.
I'd like 2 carrots and some water. Don't mind me. Haven't run into you before. Nobody does. I'm not very... Don't worry. It won't be a problem for much longer.
I'll be right with you. Welcome to Gary's Galley. Can I take your order? It's named after my dad. He's a great cook. She's not very social. Stays in her lab in the stern. She's smart, though. Real smart. It's noisy, dark, and smelly. But we're safe here. No super mutants or raiders, and maybe Dr. Lee will find a way to get clean water for us. You mean like hitting on me? No. Most of them are polite. Even the ones like Diego that I'd want to flirt with seem to ignore me. I heard the place was settled. Thank you for coming to Gary's Galley.
Don't you have a component? Was there something else?
That's why I'm glad I'm in here. Good old Rivet City.
If you want to go. They call me Shrapnel. I run this place. Got the best damn armament you'll ever see. Ain't seen many of those around lately. They're tough to come by. You mean Genius Boy? Yeah, I've heard of him. Supposedly built Rivet City. They probably think he invented bread, too. Idiots. Lately, he's even been blamed for the noises in the broken ship bow. Anyone with half a brain would know that's just the Mirelurks. What you looking for? History? Fuck if I know. Hell, fuck if I care. Come back soon.
It was so noisy last night. I could hardly sleep.
Maybe a quick fix is something that will help you sleep. Cindy's got all kinds of kills.
I'll try that.
I heard that the city council... putting railings on the flight deck.
One of the new... Well, I hope they do.
I'm Belle Bonnie, and this is the Muddy Rudder. I'll tell you what I tell all the fresh meat. Don't start anything down here, or I'll have Brock kick your ass. You must be drunk. Are you gonna order or what? What a moron. Always going on about how he started Rivet City. Who gives a crap? Right before he disappeared, he was going on about some newfangled contraption he was sure was in the broken bow of the ship. Go talk to Vera if you want gossip. I don't talk bad about folks. Oh yeah, he's a mess. I'm glad I'm not in Cindy's shoes. History? What, not enough shit around here already? You need to dig up more? Don't know if it ever had an official start. It's just been here forever. Stuck in the river and full of assholes. No, but I can damn sure share a bag of get the hell out of my bar. First one's on the house. Now scram. Huh. Why, that lying son of a bitch. He wasn't even born when I got here. Want to know this tub's history? Only person who really knows it is Pinkerton. And most think he's dead, or gone. He's holed up in the other half of the ship, and he don't like visitors. He'll set you straight. I'll be right here when you get thirsty.
I heard
Hey
that the
there.
city council is debating putting railings on the flight deck.
Well, I hope they do something. Remember that child that fell off the deck last year?
Hey.
What do you want? My mom is probably drunk, and my dad's dead. Is that good enough for you, asshole?
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Tamper with that, and we're going to have a problem.
Hey there. What do you need? She's my daughter. You can usually find her running around with that James Hargrave. That poor child. His mother, Tammy Hargrave, is a very troubled woman. She spends too much time down in the Muddy Rudder, drinking and using foul language. I feel so sorry for him. I think CJ is a good influence on him, but I do worry about the two of them. We're the lucky ones. We don't have to fight just to survive. We have normal jobs. I clean the halls. It might not look like it, but you should have seen it before. Oh, I don't know about that. For all I know, it's had survivors on it since the war. I'm just thankful it's here. Maybe if you ask Bannon. He's been simply wonderful on the council, so I'm sure he'd be glad to help with your question. Goodbye.
What are you? I'm Flak. If you want a decent weapon, stop by Flak and Shrapnels. We usually have a few. I have to check the inventory. Stop by the shop. Either Shrapnel or I will show you what we've got. Yeah, he's totally strung out. It's gonna kill him one of these days. Afraid I can't help you, pal. Been here. Maybe Bannon can help.
Yes? Please excuse me. There is much work to be done.
Hey. Hey.
Are you ready to order, Mr. Diego?
Not yet. Give me a few...
Welcome to the Weatherly Hotel. I'm your hostess, Vera Weatherly. Well, I really shouldn't tell you, but have you heard about Polly Cantelli? He's addicted to chems. His poor wife, Cindy, is at her wit's end. You haven't heard? Angela has the hots for Diego. But since he's a priest, he's been putting her off. One of these days, she's just going to jump his bones. They say Mr. Lopez is losing it. He stands on the top of the bridge tower for hours at a time, just staring out over the city. Poor dear. I know what it's like to be alone. I'd love to take him in. Don't worry. I have the means to keep him fed and healthy, but most importantly, safe. Oh, that's wonderful. If you ever wander back into Rivet City, why don't you check up on us? You're always welcome.
It was so noisy last night. I could hardly sleep.
Maybe a quick fix has something... Is there a problem? Bannon and Dr. Lee and I all meet on Monday mornings to talk about citywide issues. It's pretty informal. The council doesn't have much real power. She's one of the members of the council. Runs the science lab here. Don't bother her unless it's important. Her lab is in the stern end of the ship. Carry on.
I'll try that. Some people are in such a hurry.
I'm Diego, the acolyte for St. Monica's. St. Monica saved her own son. She is now... You... Oh, yes. Father Clifford. What are you talking about? I'm a man of the cloth. Well, I will be as soon as Father Clifford. Never mind. It doesn't... Father Clifford says she is my trial, my temptation. I must choose between her and the church. I have chosen the church. God...
Sir!
It's locked for a reason. Don't get any ideas. Welcome back, sir. Only 120 caps. You won't get a better deal than that. Oh, yes. She's crazy about him. He keeps telling her no, but he also spends a lot of time with her. It's really not fair to her. Poor James. His mother drinks too much. When she does, she doesn't treat him very well. Personally, I think she blames him for his father leaving her, which is ridiculous. Well, I could tell you all about my hotel, but I'm sure I don't know anything about how Rivet City itself got started. I mean, you hear rumors and you may guess. Actually, now that you mention it, Seagrave may know more about it. He's been here since he was just a boy, and I can't imagine anyone knows this ship better than he does.
Hey. One of the new immigrants died of radiation poisoning last week.
Yeah, I heard she was drinking river water.
The ship's water isn't much better. If we don't get fresh water soon... we'll all end up like her.
Hi, how are you today?
Holy moly! You actually came back like you said you would. I hope you found me a place to live. You really found her? Oh, thank you so much. I can't believe everything you've done for me. Most people would have kept on walking when I ran up to them screaming like I did. I'll get my stuff together and move on out there right away. Come visit me sometime.